morning, dear children. In the previous class, we started with Geography chapter. The name of the chapter is Human Environmental Interactions, Tropical and Subtropical Region. In this, we discussed how the humans, they interact with the environment with the different regions. So, in this category, we discussed the tropical and subtropical regions. We also discussed which area or which degree is known as tropical and subtropical. Then, we also discussed about few important terms like river drainage, watersheds, tributaries, etc. Today, we are going to discuss the two major river basin, Amazon River Basin and the Ganga Brahmaputra River Basin. And related with these two river basins, we will be studying about their climatic conditions, their natural vegetation, the wildlife, and also the human settlements as to how the people are settled in this area, whether this area is thinly populated or thickly populated, and how the people survive or what are the occupations the people they do in this region. So let's start with the explanation of the chapter.
Last topic we discussed in the previous class, and I have told you about few important terms like what do we mean by river drainage basin, watershed, then Amazon basin in South America is the longest in the world, and the Amazon river and its tributaries, they drain an area more than 7 million square kilometers. So this was the last topic which we discussed in the previous class, and then now we will study about the two main important river basins. First, Amazon basin. This Amazon basin is the part of South America drained by the Amazon river and its tributaries. And children, this basin covers an area of 6 lakh and 915,000 square kilometers, or roughly we can say 40% of the South American continent. Then most of this basin is covered by the Amazon rainforest, so it is also known as Amazonia. And children, this is the largest rainforest in the world. So let's discuss in more detail about this Amazon basin. First of all, let's move on to the climate of this area. It has hot and wet climate throughout the year. Day and night are hot and humid. High temperature during day and high humidity, and rainfall is there almost every day. So this is the climatic conditions of this Amazon basin. Now let's move on to the vegetation. Dense forests create a root of leaves and branches, and thus it does not allow sunlight to enter the ground. Children, as I have told you just now, that it has the rainfall almost every day. So as it rains every day, it has got dense forest. Dense forest means very thick forest, and it creates a roof of leaves and branches, and this roof and leaves of the branches, they are so thick that they don't allow the sun rays to enter even the ground. And so the ground remains dark and damp and hinders the growth of other plant life. So since children, the sunlight could not reach the ground, so it is dark and moist, and it does not allow the other plants to have life or to grow because the sunlight doesn't reach over them. Then plants which adapt to shade grow here. Only those plants which can survive without the sunlight, which can survive in shades, they grow here. Orchids and bromeliads, they are the plants, they grow as plant parasites. Also, only these two types of plants, they grow in this basin. Now let's see the wildlife, the animals which are found over in this area. Birds of paradise are found here. These birds, they have large bills for eating and making loud sounds. So these are the animals, they have large bills for eating and they enter the bills and they make loud sounds. Animals like monkey and sloth, they are found over here. Then crocodiles, snakes, python, they are a part of fauna of this region. Then the other animals which are found here are crocodiles, snakes, python. Piranha are also found in the river. So this is another fauna which is found. Piranha, they are also found in the river. So this is the wildlife, children, which is found in this Amazon basin. Now let's study about the food production in this area. So children, generally people grow food in small patches cleared in the forest. So they clear the forest, the small patches, the small part of the forest, and they grow food, and they generally practice slash and burn agriculture. And their main staple food is cassava, which like potatoes grow underground. So their main food is cassava, which grows underground, and common food is known as tapioca. So their main food, the common food is tapioca. Sweet potato, pineapple, these are the common foods which are grown and consumed by the people in this area. Then coffee, maize and cocoa are grown as cash crops. So children, coffee, maize and cocoa, they are the cash crops, that is which are grown for commercial purposes. Then they also hunt, fish for food, eat queen ants and egg also. So they hunt, children, they eat fish, they eat ants and also the eggs. The foods from the forest, the woods from the forest is used to make houses. So they use the wood to make houses. People also live in thatched house or even large apartment type houses known as meloka. So the people, they live in a large apartment type houses which is known as meloka. And these houses have a slanting roof. Children, can you guess and tell why the houses have a slanting roof? They have slanting roofs so that the water doesn't collect. As we have seen, this area gets the rainfall almost every day. So they have a slanting roof so that the water doesn't collect on the roofs. So as the roof will be slanting, the water will flow down on the ground. So that's why they have a slanting roof. Now let's talk about the people in this area. In earlier times, the dense forests were out of reach of people. With the construction of Trans Highway in 1970, most part of forest were accessible. So children, in the olden times, the people could not reach over these forests because there wasn't construction of railways. But in 1970, most part of this forest were cleared and the trans highway was constructed, and now the people can move in this area. The local population is gradually being pushed out from the native region and being forced to go in new areas where they can practice their own agricultural methods. So children, the local population, that is the people living over there, they were pushed out from their region of living and they were forced to go in new areas and to practice the different agricultural methods and to grow crops. Development activities were having both positive and negative results on life of people. So as the day by day, year by year, there was development was taking, so it had both the positive effects and the negative effects on the life of people as well as the construction of roads, houses, buildings. It disturbed the rainforest because the forest has to be cleared for the construction of roads, building of houses. So the forest was disturbed and a large areas of rainforest is disappearing year by year due to activities of men. So children, large areas of this forest is disappearing year by year due to activities of men. Now children, in the introduction I have told you about these two major river basins. So another is Ganga Brahmaputra. So let's study this Ganga Brahmaputra river basin in detail. First, let's find out about its location and area. The subtropical region is situated between 10 degrees north to 30 degrees north. So as I have told you, which area is known as subtropical. So this Ganga Brahmaputra basin, it is situated between 10 degree north to 30 degree north region. Then Ganga Brahmaputra and their tributaries form the Ganga Brahmaputra Basin. So what are the tributaries of Ganga? The tributaries of Ganga are Ghaghara, Son, Chambal, Gandak, Kosi, and its tributaries of Brahmaputra Basin. And the tributaries of Brahmaputra, they drain and the basin. The Himalayas and the Sundarban Delta are part of this Ganga Brahmaputra Basin. Let's find out the climate of this river basin. Monsoon climate is found in this Ganga Brahmaputra river basin and general rainfall is found from mid-June to mid-September. So it has moderate climate and the rainfall occurs from middle of the June to middle of the September. Summers are hot and winters are cool in this area. Now let's see about the vegetation. In Ganga and Brahmaputra plain, tropical deciduous trees like teak, sal, peepal are found. Bamboo groves grow in Brahmaputra plain. So children, in Ganga Brahmaputra plain, the tropical deciduous trees like the teak, sal, peepal, they are found, and bamboo groves, they grow in Brahmaputra plain. Mangrove forests are also found in different parts of delta regions, especially in Sundarban delta. So mangrove forests are also found in Sundarban delta. Then coniferous trees like pine, deodar, fir are found in hilly regions of Uttaranchal, Arunachal Pradesh and Sikkim. So trees like pine, deodar and fir are found in hilly regions of Uttaranchal, Arunachal and Sikkim. Now let's find out about the wildlife. So animals like monkeys, elephants, tigers, deers, they are found in this region. Also, one-horned rhinoceros is found in Brahmaputra area. Then crocodiles, alligators, Bengal tigers, they are also found here. And fishes like rohu, catla and other aquatic life are found in rivers, lakes and Bay of Bengal. So children, this is the wildlife which is found in this Ganga Brahmaputra river basin. Now let's see the food production in this area. The soil, children, it is the most fertile in the flat plains, and thus agriculture is the main occupation here. And the main crops are wheat, maize and rice. Banana plantations are also found in plains. Terrace farming is done in hilly and mountainous areas. Then sugarcane and jute are grown as cash crops. So, and West Bengal and Assam, they are famous for tea plantations. Silk from silkworm is cultivated in the states of Bihar and Assam. So, I hope children you have understood, it's very clear about the food production which is found in this Ganga Brahmaputra river basin, and the soil is the most fertile in this flat plains, and agriculture is the main occupation which is done over here. So children, let's discuss about the people in this Ganga Brahmaputra river basin. Human settlements, it is influenced by the diverse topography and environmental conditions. So human settlements, they are affected by its diverse topography, which means that the plains are there and it is very fertile and good for settlement, and even the environmental conditions are favorable for the people to settle in this area. There is a very little settlements in mountainous regions. The major part of the population lives in the plains, which is the most hospitable and suitable for agriculture. So as I have told you just now that the most of the people, they live in the plains, which is the most hospitable and suitable for agriculture. There are many big cities and towns like Allahabad, Varanasi, Lucknow, Patna and Kolkata. All these places have a population of over 1 million, and even Kanpur, children, I missed out. So these all cities, they come under this Ganga Brahmaputra river basin. Then different modes of transport are developed in this region, like airways, roadways, waterways and railways. All four are highly developed in this region. Then there are several tourist attractions also in this region. So there are many tourist places also in this region, like Taj Mahal in Agra, Actuary Point of Ganga Yamuna and its tributaries in Allahabad, stupas in UP and Bihar, wildlife sanctuaries in Assam and Arunachal Pradesh. So this plain is highly developed and quite favorable from every point of view. So children, that is all we have discussed today. We have discussed the two major river basin. I hope you all have understood. Now it's the time for you to open the chapter, mark all the important points related with this two river basin. Mark the climatic conditions, the natural vegetation, the wildlife, the people, the crops grown, the places which are there in this area. So children, these two river basins, they are very, very important, and you mark everything in the chapter, read the chapter thoroughly so that everything becomes clear to you. That's all for today. Thank you. Have a good day.